What's shakin'? Hey, I'm Rick Jordan, and today we're going all in. All right, here we go. I'm going to give you 3 principles today, and if you listen to the episode coming into this year, you'll know that this is a year of gratitude for me, but there's a couple of different tools and things of awareness that I want you to recognize here. And this is about moving forward. That's absolutely what it is. Today is about moving forward into a new place in your life to where you can conquer anything. Right? You want to change your circumstances today? You're probably thinking that. I'm sure there's at least one thing that any of you that are listening right now can grab in your life and say, you know what? I wish this thing didn't exist, or I wish I had that. I wish I was doing this. Why have I not been doing this yet? And you're looking for a change. Today is the day that you make that change. You've already made it. I'm just going to give you the tools on how to, because there could be some things that are holding you back. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to eliminate the holds that you have allowed to be placed on your life today in order to move forward in your life into what you want to have. Everybody has a past. Everybody has things that they're like, man, I wish I didn't do that. Me too. Right up. Me too. I wish there was things that I had not done. I wish I had made better decisions. At the same time, there was a lot of learnings that I made out of every bad and good decision, every poor and solid choice that I have made. I've had learnings from every single one. Now, there's people that will say this phrase, and there is not, you won't really ever hear me say this phrase. If it is, it's literally momentary. It's, I regret, ... And the I regret thing, I'm going to talk to you about regrets today. That's the first thing, because and regrets are things that you need to eliminate from your life. And this is one of the things that's holding you back from being able to make the change and obtain the things that you deserve in your life, to make that change, to get the things that you've wanted, and even more so that you deserve, that are just waiting there for you, is this concept of regret. You might hear me in the moment say, I regret whatever. I regret doing this. I regret not doing this. I regret making that choice. I regret not making the choice to do that. You might hear me say that, and it will sit with me for maybe at a maximum 5 minutes. Really bad thing, maybe a day, right? I'm still human just like anybody else, obviously, but it's a really, really short time period. Because at that moment, I'm able to adjust because I'm aware of it and be like, okay, if I'm going to stay back there in that, because regret is a thing that will hold you in a place in time and not allow you to move forward. Regret literally keeps you from the blessings that you're supposed to have in your life. You need to hear me on this today, because no amount of regret will change the past. You also cannot feel bad enough to make somebody else feel good, because a lot of these regret things that come up in life typically have to do with the relationship with another person, right? Some way you interacted, something you did to that person, something you withheld from that person. Usually regrets have to do with relationships, not just romantic, but all of your relationships, professional, personal, romantic, family, whatever. That's where a lot of regrets come into play. When you hang on that regret, you will stay at that point in time. There's probably something that you're thinking of right now. I know some of you, it's resonating with you right now. It's like, yeah, there's this one thing that I regret. And if I didn't do that, or if I had just taken the opportunity when it was there, I wouldn't have lost that person. They wouldn't be out of my life right now. I might have been with them for the rest of my life. I might have had that job. I might have jump-started my career. I might have been CEO in something by this point because I passed up that opportunity. I really, really regret that. This is probably some rhetoric that you've been saying for days, for weeks, maybe even for years. And that's what keeps you stuck in that moment and keeps you from everything that was meant for you. Because if there's something that's really meant for you in life, I believe that it'll come back around again. The only thing that you lose, which is actually kind of a sad thing when you think about this, the only thing that you really lose is time. You could have been living in that scenario that you've wanted for that entire time period that you were regretting it. You could have had all of those opportunities and been bathing in those things that were meant for you instead of regretting them for so long. Some things do go away forever and you miss them and they never come back around. But I think that most things, and if you think about it this way, even if it doesn't look exactly the same, it might be similar in the spirit of another opportunity. That could be the way that it comes back around to you. The only way you're going to be ready for that and actually be able to allow that to come back to you is to stop the regrets. Turn your regrets today into learnings, because no amount of regret will change the past. The only thing that you can do is make a change today to move into what you want tomorrow. Regrets are things that are always going to hold you back. So feel them for the moment, because that can be the fuel, the driver for you to do something different when that opportunity comes back around again. Do not hang on to it. All right. Now, another thing you might think of is being like, hey, I want to change this stuff, but you know what? I'm scared. I've gotten over this part to where I understand that what I did, is something that made me lose an opportunity. It just passed me by. I'm not going to let that happen again. But at the same time, I don't really feel ready for what's to come. I don't feel, and maybe this is the reason why you passed up on it before, is because you were scared. You had fear. You couldn't get over that fear of stepping into it. You didn't have the faith to think that everything was going to work out. You didn't think that you could handle whatever it was. You didn't think that everything was going to be good on the other side of that choice. That's called anxiety. Anxiety is the fear of something that may, or catch this, may not come. And most of the times, it's the latter, to where it's not going to happen that way. Everything that's in your head, a friend of mine used to say, you'd play a movie in your head, right? A coach of mine. And this movie is literally that. It's a movie. It's fiction, because the question to ask yourself is always, how do I really know? And the answer is that you really don't know. The only way you actually find out if that outcome is going to be what you want is if you actually step into it. But then when you step into it, that's when you actually get the choice and the ability to be able to shape it and go after it and take the right actions and make the right choices to move towards that desired end state, that outcome that you want, whatever you want to happen. You don't even get that opportunity to go after it until you get past that anxiety right now. The only thing anxiety does, we talked about regrets holding you in the past. Anxiety keeps you in the present. It keeps you stuck right here in today, where it's like Groundhog Day. You remember that movie, Bill Murray? Long time ago, I know that, right? I'm 44, so whatever. Groundhog Day, the same day kept happening over and over and over and over again. Nothing changes. This is like that phrase to where it's like you were never meant to just get up, work, pay bills, and die. That's repeating the same day over and over and over again. And anxiety will keep you in that cycle. Anxiety keeps you from your future by keeping you stuck in today. And I am telling you today that no amount of anxiety will change the future. You can worry all you want about what making that choice to go after what you want will actually do for you or not do for you, and freak out in the moment about what if this, what if that. Oh man, I don't know if I can handle it if this took place, if I made this choice and everything blew up on my face. No amount of anxiety is going to change that. The only thing that can change that is once you finally get past that anxiety, throw it to the ground, wrestle it, pound it in the pavement and say, enough with you. I'm making the choice, because if I get rid of you, anxiety, then I can actually take the steps. And now, if you're talking about like control, anxiety has control over you, but you are able to now take control of the scenarios and do exactly what you want to do. Anxiety, you release the control and the direction and the actions and your desires of your own life to things that are not even real, because they haven't even happened. No amount of anxiety will change the future, just like no amount of regret will change the past. I'll tell you what will change everything, though. And if you listen, as we talked about at the beginning of this and just a couple of episodes ago, about this year being my year of gratitude, so much gratitude for everything that's in my life. And that is one of the biggest things that will keep you from being anxious. That is one of the biggest things that will keep you from being regretful, because you start to focus on things you already have. And you can also start to focus on things that you've already done. Amazing things. And those become anchor points in your life to be able to make the choices to move forward into something else that you might want. Gratitude is your biggest tool, your biggest weapon against both regret and anxiety. When you are grateful for things that you have now and things that you've already done and things that you've already accomplished, you're looking at the past in a mode of gratitude, and that completely wipes out the regret. When you're looking at things that you have right now, today in your life, gratitude completely wipes out the anxiety. And that actually moves you into almost like this future state, allowing you to be like, you know what? I am grateful in advance for everything that's going to come my way, because there's nothing now holding me back in the past, and there's nothing keeping me stuck in the present. Now I can move into what my life is supposed to be and what I've always wanted it to be. Gratitude is your biggest weapon to kill the regret, to keep your anxiety at bay, and allow you to move into everything that you've ever wanted and get everything and create the future of your life that you've always dreamed of. I've given you so many awesome tool sets today. Keep going with gratitude. Keep changing your life, because every single day you'll be able to keep your regret down, keep your anxiety away, and move into what you've always desired for you. And that allows you to have an amazing life, have amazing relationships, and live the way that you want. You've got this. Get after it.